All right, this is episode 2, going in with Ron and Joe. This week we are going in on wrestling.
We're going to go in on stuff we did as kids.
Dangerous stuff we did
Dangerous.
as kids.
Yeah, not safe.
We're going to start something that we're going to try and keep going, and that is going in on shit we did at Pavs' house.
Ongoing segment.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, so let's go.
All right, guys, welcome to episode 2. Thanks for everyone who listened to episode 1. It's still available on all your favorite streaming services.
Minus the iTunes.
Not
podcast.
iTunes yet. Not the
Still
iTunes
waiting
yet.
for approval.
We're not as good as you two. We can't just be put into everyone's iPhone. So, yeah, we got some big things going on this weekend.
Big weekend.
St. Patty's Day parade in Pittsburgh.
When's the last time you were actually at the parade, dude?
I've never gone to the parade.
I went like 2 times.
It's too early.
I immediately regret it.
As
soon as I got down there, I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Why did I do this to
It's
myself?
one of the biggest in the country. I think number 2.
Yeah. What's one? Well, Boston.
Boston, yeah.
Chicago's not in front of us?
No, I'm pretty sure we're number 2.
Wow.
I mean, Chicago is up there, but
I wonder if that's from like an extremely biased
I'm sure it is.
source.
I have nothing to back that up.
It's from like
the dude
from
at
Annie Brothers local.
Yeah, the guy at the parade told me that is the number 2 parade.
The salesman
Yeah.
selling the hats.
But regardless, it is a huge event in Pittsburgh every year, and
Road closures.
It's a mess.
It's a shit show.
I will not be going to it.
No, me either.
So
I'll actually be avoiding it at all costs.
yeah, my favorite band is coming on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Every Time I Die.
That's nice.
Shout out Buffalo, New York. Every Time I Die. You guys are great. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, it sounds like a great show. You said it's at the Roxy?
It's the Roxy Inn.
The Roxy Inn.
Something like that.
Ooh,
Roxy
fancy.
Inn. I don't know.
I hear it's a great venue, though.
Yeah, I'm excited to go and check it out.
Yeah.
Every Time I Die just finished recording their new album.
Yeah, and
I
I
don't
know
when
that
it's
they
due out,
put
but
on a killer show, too.
I've seen them a bunch. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And then, the biggest news, I think, though, that happened this week about what's coming up.
Yeah, let's get ready for it. Guys.
Stone Cold Steve Austin returning to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Because it's 3/16.
3/16 day, Monday Night Raw in Pittsburgh, PA. And I can't wait.
I mean, if everyone is not excited to just know that he's going to be here in the Berg.
And people don't realize that I'm a huge Stone Cold fan. The wallpaper on my phone right now is a Stone Cold Steve Austin smoking skull.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of shit for it. I get a lot of flack.
I don't who's giving you the shit?
I don't
Because I
know.
want to talk to him.
People who don't, they underestimate the Texas rattlesnake.
Never.
And now they're saying that the Undertaker's going to be there for sure as well.
What the fuck? Sorry about that. I was trying to play the Stone Cold Steve Austin, and an ad came up.
Well,
yeah, so it's going to be a big deal. When's the last time you went to a wrestling show?
I had to have been 15.
Dude, I went recently. You know that, right?
I don't. When did you go?
I went to see the AEW, a new federation.
Okay.
Started by Dusty Rhodes' son.
Where were they?
Peterson Event Center in Oakland.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say
fantastic show.
Really?
It was really good.
I don't know much about wrestling anymore, though. Because the heyday. I grew up in the heyday. And I'm not gonna say the heyday. I'm gonna sound like an old man. It wasn't the Hulkster and things like that, but it was the end of the Ultimate Warrior.
It was the Attitude Era, bro.
But yeah, I was gonna say the Attitude Era.
But we were kids whenever it became the Attitude Era. It wasn't always the Attitude Era.
No, we were kids before it was the Attitude Era.
Yeah, I think.
But when I got pretty much like an attitude in life, that's when it was the Attitude.
Timing.
Yeah, it was a perfect time.
Thanks, Vince.
I was about probably 13 years old, and telling people to suck it.
Yeah.
That was right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So, and you forget.
I forget there's like actual names for the different wrestling eras.
There is.
You give me a second here. I'm going to look it up because
just don't play any garbage music, whatever you're doing.
No, man, my fault, dude. My fault.
Yeah, I know there's names for each era, and
wrestling,
I think that's what's forgotten about is some of the minor characters in some of these eras, things that people don't remember.
The new generation era.
Is that what we're in there right now?
No. That was before the Attitude Era.
Okay.
And then after the Attitude Era, after the early 2000s, came the Ruthless Aggression Era. That's when I stopped watching wrestling.
Yeah, I was into.
And then the PG era is like.
I have no idea.
After that, I mean, wrestling as a whole. Do you want to lose ratings? Go with the PG era.
Yeah,
please.
That's not what I'm.
As your audience gets older, PG. No thanks. And then the reality era only lasted 2 years till 16.
It's not much of an era.
We're in the new era.
The new era,
which I feel like is just a cop out for a name.
Yeah,
like they're just reaching.
Where are these names coming from?
Well, dude, this is from WWE.com.
Okay, so it's just not some
reliable source.
Yeah,
no, it's not some guy making it up. Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously the best was the Attitude Era, and you can't look past the fact that the two biggest superstars probably in wrestling history came out of the Attitude Era.
So who are you referring to? Stone Cold?
Well, I'm going to say The Rock.
In The Rock.
Yeah,
but I don't think those are the two. You think they're the biggest?
Not the biggest. Name another wrestler that started as a wrestler and has done as many good movies and is still working in film as The Rock.
Well, for one, let's be real when we say good.
I mean, he's been in a lot of good stuff.
Well, and some bad stuff, but movies nonetheless.
Movies nonetheless.
Well,
big movies.
See, I'm gonna say I agree with that, but also like you have people like Hulk Hogan. I mean, everyone knows the Hulkster. In his heyday, Hulk Hogan.
I guarantee you there are a lot of kids out there that don't know who Hulk Hogan is.
Well, of course.
And Hulk Hogan in any movie he was ever in.
But there's a lot of people
was a joke. He was a joke.
Yeah, I know, but it was different
times.
Like,
Three Ninjas 3, Escape from Hulk Mountain.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck it was.
but it was a different time. Social media wasn't active.
Exactly.
It was a different time. So, and honestly, like, I'm a huge Macho Man guy.
Well, the Macho Man,
I mean, his Slim Jim commercials still are fucking heavy hitters for me.
Everything the Macho Man ever did is still a heavy hitter. He was in Spider-Man. Do you remember he was in Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man that ever came out?
I do not know that.
When Spider-Man is learning about his powers, he goes to make some money at like a wrestling event, I think.
And he fucking runs into the Macho Man.
The Macho Man is the guy he has to wrestle.
Holy
His name in the movie is Bonesaw.
Oh man, and, dude, why don't I know this?
And he gets whooped by Spider-Man, but hey, it's Spider-Man.
I'd spill my coffee all over me.
But
yeah, I mean, the thing that I always remember as a kid though, like, this is what I struggle with. See, the Attitude Era was so much different because it was just like in your face, the good label for it, the Attitude Era. I am intrigued as an older person that doesn't really follow wrestling very much anymore.
Okay.
I'm intrigued with how they used to, like, their characters, man. If you think back, were flat out ridiculous. Dude.
Outrageous.
And I was all in on them. I was all in on what they were feeding me. I'm in on it. I'm drinking all the fucking Kool-Aid, guys.
What do you think the most ridiculous characters were? I mean, I'm gonna start off right here with Val Venus.
Dude, Val Venus, man. You want to talk
like
about
his whole character was just a dude with a giant dog.
He was a porn star.
Yeah,
and he would just steal everyone's women because he was Val Venus.
He was Val Venus,
and he had that, arms behind the. Those moves, bro?
It was real outrageous.
I don't know, man. I mean,
he came out in like a towel.
But even Val Venus, that was Attitude Era.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm talking before the Attitude Era, dude.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the characters in Attitude Era that were outrageous.
The most outrageous. I mean, actually, WW. I always say F. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't get on the E.
Forgive us.
I think that they walked the fine line on a lot of topics, man, that were like wild.
When, like a long time ago?
Yeah, man. Like, they had Middle Eastern people talking about terroristic threats, and then some shit happened. Abandoned shop on that.
Well, yeah,
They had the Nation of Domination, where The Rock started.
They did, but that wasn't that old. That's the Attitude Era still.
I know, but it was. I feel like everyone was a little less sensitive. And they were more accepting
their target
to that.
audience didn't know. I didn't know anything about the Nation of Islam when I was 13 years old.
No, dude, fuck no, man. No, I don't really know much now. So I
know more. I know more than when I was 13.
Yeah, you remember? You know who I love, man, is The Big Show.
Oh,
that
Big
fucking
Show.
theme. Well, it's The Big Show. The Big Show is so big, and he's still around today. And like, just that type of person, man, just always intrigued me, dude.
Just those huge dudes.
Because realistically, he's beating everyone's ass.
Oh, yeah.
Besides, like, remember when all the UFC people came in?
I mean, not really.
Ken Shamrock.
Well, that was, and that was...
Dan Severn, I think his name was?
Yeah, that was before... Severn, yeah. Severn. That was before the Attitude Era, or maybe right as it was starting. Ken Shamrock wasn't a monster.
He still wrestles.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
But if you ever watched the UFC videos of him, are outrageous.
Yeah, UFC 1.
Yeah.
Where he was just killing people.
Before there was weight classes, no rules.
Dude, breaking their ankles.
You just had to fight 6 dudes in a night.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, I digress.
What do you feel about The Undertaker, man?
I mean, The Undertaker...
He was in them all, dude.
I think The Undertaker is an amazing character.
It's the best ever.
Now, what do you think? Are there 2 Undertakers? Did he switch in the middle?
No, definitely not.
That was a huge rumor.
No, man, because
for a long time.
I've dug down that YouTube wormhole, man. No way, dude. His character, that's what I mean, he came around like early 90s.
Oh, yeah. I remember with like the hat and the purple tie.
Dude, you know a character, it's wild, man. If you ever dive down the YouTube wormhole, is the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, dude.
Oh.
So
that's a little bit before my time.
Yeah, dude, DiBiase's, I'd start watching this video. DiBiase, for one, he was a terrible parent, dude. So apparently, like, Vince McMahon just called him one day and was like, listen, I'm going to fly you first class. You're going to ride around everywhere in a limousine. And I'm going to give you just a ton of money to portray this character. And it just took off. But, like, while he was building his character, he also got, like, treated better than anyone in the business. Because that was to build his character.
Oh, well, I'm sure that everyone
So, like, on
hated
TV, he was rich. But, like, behind the scenes, he was getting first class everything to build his character.
I mean, that's...
And he has that laugh, dude, that ha 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 ha.
That's pretty good.
It's incredible,
I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, man.
The only behind the scenes I really know about is that sex tape with X-Pac in China.
Oh, mother of God.
That
is just disgusting.
That's all I remember.
Yeah, China. My goodness. R.I.P.
I was going to say R.I.P.
Dude, I bet you right in here, look at this. It's the header of a photo. Me and Perry Saturn.
Oh, Perry Saturn. That is definitely going to go on the Instagram here.
Dude, we got backstage passes, man. My buddy Zach's dad, he was in with merchandising. Backstage passes. I'm thinking, dude, we're about to meet someone big, right? We go in the backstage. It's me, my friend Nate. Shout out to Nate Page. My brother John. Here's the guy you're meeting. It's fucking Perry Saturn. Now listen, I liked Perry Saturn.
There's probably a lot of people out there right now that don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Dude, I liked Perry Saturn in ECW. He was a great wrestler. But that's who?
That's who you got.
Like, we couldn't get Rikishi. The Rock, not we got Perry Saturn.
Nothing. So what are some of your favorite Attitude Era wrestlers that are maybe flying under the radar these days that people don't talk about anymore?
That are still in WWE?
No, that maybe are definitely out.
I thought who was a solid character if you look back was a dude named D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo.
He was like a solid mid-carder, dude.
Oh, all the time.
He always had
that huge frog splash was his finishing
move. And
he
had that loose neck, man. Dude. He was like a bobblehead coming down the ring. He was always like the European champion.
Yeah. I think he might have won the Intercontinental. Maybe
he was that mid.
Yeah.
He wasn't greedy. No. He wasn't looking to be the heavyweight.
He was also part of the Nation of Domination.
Absolutely. With Farouk.
Yeah. Was there? Oh, and... Of course, The Godfather.
Oh, The Godfather.
The Nation of Domination might have been one of the best. Like, DX gets all the credit.
Dude, they were heavy hitters, man.
Of Domination.
You think about who was in there,
The Rock, Farouk, D'Lo Brown, and The Godfather.
Yeah, remember The Brood?
I was going to say The Brood. Was Gangrel.
Gangrel. I think
used to spit that blood out.
He's still a trainer with WWE right now. Really? I know that for a fact, yeah. And also Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
It was them 3.
That's where it started. And then Edge and Christian had the beef with the Hardy Boys. Have you ever gotten that YouTube hole?
What?
The Edge Christian Hardy Boys situation?
Real beef. Straight stole his wife.
I didn't know that until recently, actually.
Yeah, man.
I was watching something.
Yeah.
And
well, wait, which way did it go? Was it...
I can't remember. I just know, was it Matt Hardy freaked out?
Matt Hardy was like engaged to be married to Lita.
Yeah, and then in real life.
Edge.
I believe so, yes.
Swooped her.
Boom.
Spit that blood on her, dude. Took her. Oh, man.
Yeah, man. But I'm pumped. Are we gonna go on Monday?
I'm gonna try to get some tickets.
All right, I'm gonna try and make it. I'd love to. Even if we're up top, I'd love to see Stone Cold.
Yeah, I want to see Stone Cold. I just want to hear that glass shatter.
Oh, man. The place is gonna go nuts.
And I want an original Stone Cold shirt. You think they don't sell them? There's no way.
I found knockoffs on Amazon, but
I'll take a knockoff.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be someone outside the venue
with
straight
an Austin 316.
Austin 316 shirt. That's all I want. Black T-shirt.
There's probably something on the back, though. I want the blank.
No, it's going to be blank as hell. It's going to be some guy printed in his basement, man.
I want that. I want all the basement printers out there.
Yeah.
Holler at your boy. Austin 316 shirts. All right, guys. We want to hear what you want us to go in on. Follow us on Twitter at @RonandJoe_go_in. On Instagram at Going In Podcasts. You can also find us on Spotify, Spreaker, and YouTube. Like, subscribe, retweet, show us some love.
Something I see a lot. It's not a new thing, but been seeing it a lot more lately. I don't know why. Maybe my my Facebook and my Google's listening to me a little bit too much. But
definitely is.
So I've been seeing a lot of things about how kids are not playing outside anymore. Everyone's addicted to tablets and phones and video games and things like that.
Different times.
And we saw this coming. I think that,
Oh, no doubt.
There's still kids that play outside, but not as much. And, we were maybe the last generation that was really like, my parents put me out and said, hey, don't come back until the sun comes out.
We weren't maybe. We were.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. We were the last of a dying breed.
So, I was thinking about, in today's culture, everyone's so worried about safety and things like that. And when I was young,
zero safety.
I put myself in a lot of dangerous situations.
Yeah, man.
Something that comes to mind right away is I love climbing trees, climbing things, jumping from things.
Yeah.
I was not afraid of heights, not afraid of, dying at all, really.
I embraced heights.
So I remember pretty vividly that I figured out a way to climb up this tree and onto the roof of our 2-story home.
Okay.
And, I would never go on the real roof. I'd kind of be on the porch roof because I never, wanted to get caught.
Yeah,
I didn't care about dying. I didn't
want to
hear
those footsteps inside.
So the one day, me and my little buddy, we go and we decide that we're going up to the peak. Mm-hmm. My mother, she says that all she hears is footsteps.
Something in the attic.
She doesn't know what's going on.
Must be some animals in the attic.
And comes outside. And I'll never forget how mad she was that I was on the roof. She threatened to leave me up there and make me stay up there until my dad got home from work.
Did you get back on the branch?
Oh, I immediately, as soon as I saw her come out of the door, she was in the front yard and the tree was kind of in the backyard.
Because I remember as a kid, you would get into those situations and not think about the exit.
Oh, well, yeah.
You think about how to get there, but then you're like, oh, fuck.
How do I get down?
What am I going to do now?
Yeah. And, so, I remember swinging on a branch, getting off that roof real quick.
Dad beat your ass.
Dad beat my... he didn't really beat my ass, but I got a little ass slap, I guess.
Yeah.
Later that night. And it was always the worst. Waiting.
You knew it was
when you were going to get...
You're in your room and you're like...
Knew when you're going to get some shit.
Dinner's ready, you're like, oh, fuck, this is probably when it's going to go down.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm going to get meatloaf and my ass beat.
Exactly.
Not in that order.
Not in that order. I'm gonna get my ass beat and then I'm gonna have to eat all my green beans.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, when I was a kid, it was I don't know exactly what time, but I feel like it was early, man. In the summer, I'm talking 7 a.m.
As soon as the sun came up.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Riding my bike around the neighborhood, knocking on doors.
Yeah.
You want to come out and play? That's all you used to have to say. There's no reason.
Yeah.
Want to come out and play?
Building something outrageous. We used to build a lot of ramps. That was
absolutely
pretty.
We used to go a big thing we did that was just outrageous was there was there were railroad tracks by our house.
Okay.
And to get to these railroad tracks, now once we got older, we realized that you could walk down the road and just walk onto the railroad tracks.
They were just right there.
But our friend's backyard was a fucking cliff. It was so steep. And we used to dangle a rope down it. And you'd have to scale down to the point where it was not comfortable. And getting back up was absurd.
Done for.
But we would just play down by the railroad tracks, man. Yeah. All fucking day.
We
would walk
to a bunch of hobos.
Yeah, dude. We would walk on these railroad tracks to my friend's house. But you would have to cross a trestle.
Oh, man.
and like it was shaky.
Like Stand By Me.
You would basically have to like just like balance yourself on the railroad track and walk across this trestle because there was just gaps in the boards. Like,
oh yeah,
you fall, you're dead,
and you didn't think twice about it. Just boom,
never
doing it.
How else am I getting to the other side?
Yeah,
you know, like that's ridiculous.
We had a creek behind my house when I was young.
There was nothing better than playing the creek.
Left me with hours and hours of fun. I could play by myself in the creek all day.
What'd you catch?
I caught a lot of frogs, some minnows.
How about when you found a salamander? To me, that was always the heavy hitter.
There wasn't a lot of salamanders, you know.
I'm sure you found one though,
I did,
and you were like,
one.
"Fuck
yeah!" They were few and far between.
Bring it in the house.
Bring it in the house, of course.
Yeah.
I had all of the animals in the house on a regular basis.
Just sneak them into the bedroom.
I caught a robin one time. In like the
you can't bring a fucking wild bird in the house.
I brought it in the house. My mom was furious. Another thing I caught that was not, but she was not happy about was I caught a whole bunch of leeches one time.
Oh my goodness!
And
they caught you.
Well, they caught me, I guess, but they were easy to catch. They just stuck to you.
Yeah.
So I come out of the creek and. My mom's fixing me a peanut butter and jelly or something like that.
Yeah.
And I showed her these sweet, black worms that stuck to you. And they were leeches. That's what they were.
Yeah.
The
little black worms.
Yeah,
are actually
little black
leeches.
She was
sucking
pissed.
your blood.
Yeah, she was pissed about that.
Man, like, I feel like back then, because obviously no cell phones or anything like that, like, cell phones, I think we talked about that with the texting. Like, that didn't come around to like middle school. Middle school. For me, late middle school. But it was like a trust level, man. Like, parents these days, zero trust, dude.
Well, everyone is bombarded with information of all the bad things that are happening to kids.
From 7 a.m. to probably 11:30, zero knowledge of where I was at. Like, my parents, zero knowledge.
I could have been anywhere.
Stopped in for lunch. Mm-hmm. Sometimes didn't stop in for lunch. My mom wasn't home. They were at work.
Okay.
But it was just expected that I was stopping in. It made my aunt's house for lunch. And then from then until it got dark, I mean, coming home from dinner was like fucking pulling teeth. I didn't want to come inside. Always outside.
Always outside.
Till the streetlights came on.
What?
That was kind of the, get your ass inside. And then I'll go back out after.
What kind of stuff? I was real big into digging holes as a kid.
I know that you were big into digging holes.
I don't know why I dug a lot of holes.
Honestly, like, my biggest thing, like, was just like walking places. Okay. Like, I used to love like going places that were like definitely too far. Like, there were instances where like my mom would catch wind and like, hey, so-and-so seen you down in Carnegie.
You were 6 miles away.
Yeah, like, what are you doing so far? And I would just be on my skateboard or on my bike and just being far.
Far.
And I knew I was too far too.
Oh, yeah.
But fuck it.
They
didn't know. What, are they going to text me?
I used to, I had a pretty vivid imagination when I was a kid. So I used to make up a lot of scenarios and I used to try and build a lot of things. I used to try and build a lot of tree forts.
I was a big fort guy in the woods.
I was a big fort guy in the woods. We used to play this game. We called it Stickle in the woods.
Okay.
Now what Stickle is you ever take a stick, and you smash it on a tree, and there's that piece that flies off?
Yeah.
So that's the game, only, there's 10 of us in the woods, and you're trying to hit people with that piece that flies off.
Gotcha.
So you're just running around, picking up sticks, smashing them on trees,
What happened? Did anyone get hurt?
Oh, yeah.
Stitches?
We had a buddy that had to go get some stitches. He took one in the forehead.
Ooh.
And we lied to his mom and said he slipped on a rock.
Of course.
I don't know if that was a good lie or what, but...
Yeah, those rocks are so slippery.
He slipped on a rock and hit his head. He had to go get stitches. There was a lot of blood.
You should really buy him better shoes.
Yeah. You would get hit, and those things hurt. You come home with welts on you. And,
I used to love playing in the woods, man. Just, like, staying in the woods, man. Just building a fort, and then just, like, being in the fort. And then, like, just
being in the fort.
Yeah, man, just having these scenarios. Like,
we should build a fort.
If so-and-so... Where?
We'll just go to the woods.
Where are the woods
I'll find them. We'll find some.
I know where there's woods. And that's another conversation.
We'll talk about the woods some other time.
But, I would just be in there, and I would always have these scenarios, like me and my friends, of like, if people find us, what are we going to do? And we would have, like, getaway routes. Yeah. But really, like, who's hunting us down?
I don't know, man.
We're just in there.
That was something I was concerned about.
But I think, you know what else you do in the woods when you're that age? you always got someone that has those pornos.
Oh yeah,
those Playboys,
sometimes
those old
hidden,
Playboys,
hidden in the woods somewhere.
We would have all these hiding spots, and they'd get all damp, and you'd be pissed.
Yeah.
You know, like
ruined,
blaming your friend, like what the fuck? Like you go back, maybe you're alone, maybe you're with your other, but hey, check out this. I got this buried in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, it got wet. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, of course.
You didn't put it in a bag. You just buried it in dirt. Like, of course it's gonna get wet. The ground gets wet. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, my thing really was just, you know, I think we're both lucky that we were able
that we had that opportunity. I agree.
Yeah, man, because like
I agree.
I think maybe your mind develops a little bit better.
What about wildlife? I was really into capturing wild animals.
So I used to be into. We would set traps for like rabbits.
Okay.
Loved it.
I would also try. I never caught a rabbit. But I would try.
But other than that, man, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I was always real scared. I still am. I don't like snakes.
Okay.
I always felt like there were snakes around. Like
I didn't want to get.
There were.
I
didn't want to get too deep because there might be a snake.
I was never worried about this.
And I immediately kill it.
Oh yeah.
If I see a snake, I kill it. It's dead. Dude.
I would catch the snakes. I used to think that I was.
You're insane.
I was Steve Irwin style. I'd grab him by the tail and hold him up.
Yeah, until it bites you.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about that.
Whew.
You know, at that point in time.
I still am.
One time I was in the creek again.
Okay.
And I saw what I thought to be, and what it was a turtle, and I thought it was a turtle, and I couldn't get it out. It dug itself into the mud, and I couldn't get it out.
Okay. And
I had a fishing net. And my dad...
That's a good thing to bring.
My dad comes back and he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting this turtle out." Mm-hmm. He goes, "It's not a turtle, it's a rock." He's trying to help me get this turtle out. It's not a turtle, it's a rock. And so we're fighting with this rock, and I'm like, "No, it's a turtle." Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden it moves, and, you know, he can tell that it's a turtle. And,
yeah.
You know, so then the neighbor guy is, like, doing something in his yard.
He comes down.
And goes, "What are you guys doing?" So I'm trying to get this turtle.
Yeah.
My dad says it's a rock. And this guy, he's shoveling something. He had a shovel.
Got fucking legs.
So, you know, this guy then gets the shovel underneath the turtle. Mm-hmm. And him and my dad pull it out. And you know what it was? It was the biggest snapping turtle I've ever seen in my entire life.
Nasty, dude.
So nasty. At the age I was, if I'd have stepped on it, it's ripping my ankle off. It's biting my leg in half.
Jeez.
It was huge.
That's aggressive.
It was so
I remember catching
big.
Snapping turtles and just shoving, like, sticks in their mouth just to see the fucking pressure, man. Those things will snap your finger right in two.
I think that we put it in a wheelbarrow.
Okay.
And because my dad was worried about me in the creek with this snapping turtle that was half the size of me.
Yeah.
And we walked. There was a place in the wood you had to walk through the woods to get to it. And there was a pond that we used to fish at.
Put it down there.
And yeah, we took it to the pond
bluegill.
back there, crushing them.
Is that what they do?
They eat whatever. They eat whatever they want, man. They're vicious.
They're the apex predator in that pond.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like releasing a crocodile.
Did you ever watch any of those videos, guys catching snapping turtles?
I've caught snapping turtles on a fishing rod before.
How big?
Big.
Huge?
In the river? Big, dude.
Oh, man.
You think your line's snagged till you fuck around and bring it up, and the shell just kills you.
Oh, man.
And it's like bringing up dead weight, and then you're like... And the line's always like wrapped around its leg.
Oh, yeah. And
like, it's not like you hook it. Thank goodness, I don't want to unhook this thing in the mouth. I'm cutting the line every time.
Every time.
They're vicious, nasty things, man.
Yeah. And I'm just walking around in their environment barefoot.
Yeah, just ready to get eaten.
Leeches all over me. Blood in the water.
Goodness. Yeah, I also had a thing where I enjoyed, like, jumping from stuff.
Okay.
I used to jump from my bedroom window, and I felt like it, like, started out as, like, a dare.
And then you realized you could do it.
Like, I dared myself to do it.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't really a dare. I just wanted to be badass, you know? So I remember jumping from my bedroom window, second story, and... You know,
surviving,
feeling like I was all right.
Yeah.
And then I would just do it for no reason. Like, I would know, like, someone was coming over to, like, get me.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, come get me in 10 minutes, blah, blah, after you're done eating. Mm-hmm. Like, I would time it. I'd be, like, looking out, and I'd, like, see them walking up, and then, boom, just out the window. And they'd be like, damn, boom, I'm here.
Yeah.
It was like an entrance, dude. It's so incredible.
That's pretty great. I don't know what I'd say if I was coming over and you just fell out the window.
I think that, like, led into, like, when we were younger, I don't know if you ever went through the phase, but, like, we also did a lot of backyard wrestling.
I know that about you.
I was big on it.
I was not into the backyard wrestling.
I'm jumping off of everything backyard wrestling. Sheds, fucking ladders.
What was your wrestling name in the backyard wrestling?
So my wrestling name was the Innovator of Violence.
Oh.
So it was taken after the Innovator of Violence, Tommy Dreamer, one of my favorite wrestlers in ECW. I was super creative and I used the same music too. Alice in Chains, Man in the Box.
Oh man,
it's a fucking killer song. But yeah, I was huge on the backyard wrestling, and any time that anyone's parents went away and there was an appropriate venue, whether it was a basement, and then come to think of it, I am tall. Mm-hmm. Basements. I remember wrestling in our friend Brad's basement, and dude, I couldn't even stand. Somehow pulled it off. But we would do it in literally the backyard, and we would just set up. We would pull mattresses.
What did you use mattresses as?
Mattresses, yeah. So my friend had a deck, and it was just a square deck, normal size, and we would almost use that as the turnbuckles. There's no ropes. Yeah. But we would just stack mattresses up. The worst part is the mattresses would get so shitty because they're outside. We would just put them on the deck. Yeah. No covers. Oh, and we're fucking stomping around on them. And then we would just return them to the beds.
I was thinking they were spare mattresses.
No, dude. No, we would just straight strip them off our friend's parents' bed, and they would just be on the back deck. And then we would just use them.
I was going to say,
and then have to, get them back in and, make them.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think they ever knew.
That's pretty great. I didn't realize that you were using
yeah, dude, no one has, spare queen mattresses laying around, do they?
Well, I mean, I figured that you guys were so into backyard wrestling. Maybe,
nope.
You acquired one.
Nope.
Nope. That's fucking great.
Yeah. It was absolutely incredible, man. Every one of our friends did it too. So they all had I had two of my friends, the two fat crew.
The two fat crew.
They were the two guys with us that were a little obese.
Okay.
Naturally. Man, there were so many names, I forget all of them, but good times. I have it on VHS.
You have it on VHS?
Yeah, shout out to my friend Zach, because Zach, who lives in LA, he actually transcribed all of these. He found someone to give his VHSs to, and he had he would videotape college or high school parties and everything. This guy ripped them all onto digital files. I will try to find them.
Really?
Yeah, he has them. He actually sent them to me at one point, but he has all of these videotaped wrestling events that we would do just in his backyard.
I would like to see that. If we can find that, we will definitely post that.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, we want to hear what you are going in on and what you think about what we have to say. Follow us on Twitter at Ron and Joe _go_in, or follow us on Instagram at Going In Podcast. Get at us, guys.
All right, so another big piece of, both of our lives, man, how we met and the time that we spent together and with all the rest of our friends. It all happened over a dude's house named Pav.
Pav's house, yes. Now, a lot of people don't know how we ended up becoming friends, and, long story short, met at church camp.
Yeah.
We were at church camp for all the wrong reasons. Girls, cigarettes, skateboarding.
Doing whatever we wanted.
Getting away from our parents.
Yeah.
And, about the time that I started driving, I started hanging out with our buddy Steve Dinger.
Yeah, so
shout out Steve Dinger.
Steve's backyard was not connected to Pavs.
Very close.
But you walk up the top of Pavs pool, go through the woods, Steve's.
Yes.
You're right there.
So when I first bust on the scene, I come over to Pav's house, and that was when you guys were finishing the apartment on top of the garage.
Yeah, so I'll give a little overview real quick. So you have to realize that our friend Pav lived in a large house in the middle of the woods.
A very nice house in the middle of the woods.
Great house. Great parents, put up with so much bullshit. But his dad was just a killer dude. Shout out to John Pavlovsky. But his dad was so cool, and his dad would just build shit. So he had a greenhouse his dad built. He had a movie theater his dad built. He had a sauna room his dad built. But then when Ron started coming around, we spent our times there skateboarding.
Yeah.
He had
he had a mini ramp in his backyard.
Yeah. Built a vert ramp. Yeah. Of course we did, right? But we had like 4 golf carts.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started hanging out there was literally 4, I think.
There was 2 when I came around.
And we would just beat the shit out of them. And his dad would just keep buying them.
He did a lot of garage sailing.
Yeah, and he would just come home with these golf carts, man. We had a go-kart, and we would just take it in the woods and just beat the shit out of it. But there was basically, like, you could do whatever you wanted over there. And he had a huge in-ground pool. And it was basically like a kid like me growing up. It was
Paradise.
Fucking fairy tale, dude, going over there. You could do anything you wanted. But yeah, so Ron started coming around, and we would always hang out in this kid's basement. But eventually we got like older, and his mom just hated it.
Well, yeah, because the shenanigans that were going on were not,
and it was like 6 people every time.
Yeah, you should not be doing them in the house.
No,
it was loud. There was music.
We were like lighting. I think what really did it was like one night, our friend Justin, who's just the nicest man on this earth, he was lighting cologne on fire.
Okay.
So lighter,
like the Axe body spray or the little sprays. Okay.
Like Claiborne or
Yeah, whatever.
What are the?
I don't know.
Cool water.
Okay.
Coming on the scene with the cool water. You were good, man. But and you didn't realize it because you're like in it, but like, bro, it stunk.
Really?
Like, he went through like a whole bottle.
Oh, that's
so like we're in there and like I don't even know how we could breathe, to be honest with you. But mom came down just fucking pissed. What are you guys doing? Are you spraying cologne? And we're like, no, we're not spraying cologne. And it's like, obviously you're spraying a bomb.
A lot of cologne.
Like this is the Macy's aisle of the colognes, except 90 million times stronger. But so they had this like detached garage, and
it was like there was like a big circle
driveway. Yeah,
and it was on the other side of the circle driveway.
And this garage was like a 2-car garage, and then up top there were stairs going up the side of it, and then on top was like where they kept the golf carts.
Yes,
and there was like a couple snowmobiles in there.
Yes, because the front side you had to go up the stairs. But then the back side, there was doors that opened up, and there was a little bridge, I thought, correct?
Yeah, there was like a bridge, and then it like led to a trail.
Into the trail
just
in the
like
woods.
into the woods.
Yes.
But you would like guide all there was like a quad up there, I think.
Yeah.
So me and Pav one day, I think it was just me and him. Steve might have been involved in the really early, but I remember we told his dad, we were like, we're just going to clean this out a little bit. His dad was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So we cleaned it out. And then that led to like us being like, hey, you mind if we finish this?
Yeah.
And his dad was just like, yes, like we'll do that.
Yes.
And we were like, all right. And he's just like, all right, well, here's money.
Yeah.
Like go, you guys do everything and I'll pay for it. And like, I didn't, at first it was like, all right, the electric's already there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're good. So then it was like, I guess we need drywall.
Drywall?
Yeah, I don't know how to fucking drywall. So we just tell his dad, next thing we know, I mean, and this is the kind of guy he was, we just wake up and then in the summer, his dad's over there full-blown drywall in the joint.
Drywall on the whole thing.
Like it's a fucking moving apartment.
Yeah.
So then drywall got done and we were like, all right, this is cool.
What was that, carpeting?
Yeah, and then his dad just showed up with like a roll of carpet, fucking installed that, just stapled it down. I mean, certainly not a professional install. No padding, the padding wasn't good. But
I feel like there was carpet and then another layer of carpet.
Well, I don't think the initial carpet was big enough.
Okay.
So then we like tried piecing it together.
I know
it was fucking sloppy.
Yeah.
And then eventually, we just put more carpet over that because that got nasty, and we just figured we'll trap in the germs.
Yeah.
But that was like once we got that room, dude. It was
chaos.
It was like a hotel party, man.
Yeah. It was debauchery.
Because it was detached.
Mm-hmm.
We had the internet over there.
The internet.
We ran a straight Cat 5 cable underground.
Things that you could not do over there. One, there was no bathroom facilities.
No.
So you were using the woods or sneak it into the house, but that was risky business.
Dude, it was so risky, man. And I remember, like, the worst part is, like, our friend Pav would give us a guilt trip.
Yeah, if you wanted to, like take a dump,
I'd be like,
he would make you feel bad.
I got a shit. Like,
don't go in my house.
We're over here drinking, eating straight Vicelli's meat lovers. Like, dude, you got a shit after that. And then he would be like, no, you're not going to the house. What do I... So I would just shit in the woods.
I mean, I took quite a
There were
quite a few
so many drops of shit in the woods of mine.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like up the thing
up
a little
the,
bit, there was like a low hanging log.
Yes,
and I would just like go. Everyone used it.
Yeah, it was
like ball sacks, man. Were just on that log all the time. But yeah, you just deuce over it, and then I would like cover it up with like leaves.
Yeah, maybe if you were lucky, you know.
Yeah.
When I remember when I came around, there was the first night I ever came there was like the first night that you guys had it fully up and running. There was couches in there. There was a TV, a refrigerator.
Yeah.
That glass table, the stickiest glass table ever.
No, it started out not sticky.
But it was immediately sticky after that first night.
Yeah, dude. First night got
do you remember you and Ben's little venture, the hand grenades?
Yeah. So me and my buddy Ben, we pioneered this booze drink. We called it hand grenades.
They were amazing.
So at the time, Ben worked at Giant Eagle, and he had all these discount codes memorized. And
you get the hookup on the Huggies,
dude. The Pampers discount is what it was.
Okay,
Pampers discount was like fucking $10 off, dude. There were times where Ben gave me change
after using the discount
at the register. I would get a case of Huggies. Because he was working, case of Huggies come through, he would ring the discount, just manually type it in, and literally give me change out of the drawer.
Yeah.
Like case of Huggies are what, $5?
Oh yeah,
$6?
And they're delicious. Period.
Oh, I love Huggies, man.
You know, I haven't had one. I couldn't tell you the last time I had one.
So we would do that. We would get Pav's brother to buy us 1.75 liter of Vladimir
vodka,
and all in, we were $8-9.
Yeah. Dirt cheap,
and we would take the top off the Huggies,
pour a little
dump out half. They were half.
Half.
That was the mixture. That's why they were so killer.
I didn't think it was
half, and then we would fill with
vodka. And I remember the assembly line of hot gluing new foil back onto the top.
Reynolds aluminum foil,
yes,
only the best. Also would use the discount on, and hot glue, and we would just assemble it, and then we put it all back in the case. And then we would sell them or drink them.
Yes. I remember a lot of times.
You would black out in 3 of them.
It was tough. They were delicious and they went down smooth. But I remember the worst.
And then, the mids too. We had the mids with them. You're blacking out quick, dude.
You're blacking out. But the problem is in the morning you're waking up.
Oh.
And the refrigerator is full of
hand grenades.
What may or may not be hand grenades sometimes.
You never knew.
Never really
you knew
knew.
By the top.
Yes.
No one paid attention.
No.
Fucking dig your finger and rip that top off.
Sometimes there was only hand grenades, and you would be so thirsty.
Oh.
It's 7 a.m., you wake up a pounding headache, and you are thirsty.
There were never a good supply of water there.
No, because there was no plumbing.
Like, you would think, was that before cases of water were all the rage? I think.
No, but we were not buying cases of water.
I know, but I feel like it was before they were all the rage. Like now you go over to someone's house, there's probably a loose case of water somewhere. Yeah. Or you go camping, you bring a case of water. Like back then,
you weren't bringing water.
You still got out of the faucet.
I used to bring one 32-ounce Gatorade that I would hide when I got there, so that in the morning I could drink that 32-ounce Gatorade.
And if it wasn't hidden good enough, someone else was drinking it, including me. I mean,
100%.
You were dying in the morning. Mm-hmm. Like, the thirst was just so incredible. But, I mean, yeah, so after
there's so much that went on at Pav's house that, this is going to be an ongoing thing. There's too much to talk about right now.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, we'll paint a picture. Mm-hmm. Everyone will know. Exactly. For one, a lot of people listening are going to know.
Exactly.
They've been a part of it.
And the thing is, now Pav is an estranged friend.
Yeah,
he doesn't fuck with us that much.
We've lost all contact with this man, and that's why we're not going to say his full name. It's just Pav. But eventually, I think the end game,
we got to go over there,
is to discuss some shenanigans with him. Maybe the end,
we can get him out of the house.
Maybe the end goal is to either have him here. I think realistically, we're going to have to bring it to him. Oh, we're going to have to bombard him.
I think that what we'll have to do first is some recon in the woods.
Yeah, so I would say end game, get in contact with him, and it will get recorded.
I think so.
But in the meantime, we will weekly paint a picture and give some ridiculous stories that happen on that property to everyone.
We'll have to, keep names out.
First names only.
First names only. All right.
There's a lot of Jims and Franks around.
Mikes.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel like everyone had a nickname.
That is true.
Or it was their last name, is what we called them.
Yeah, shout out to Ribs. All right, so that's episode 2 in the books.
All right, hit us up, like us, follow us. Let us know what you want to go in on.
Yeah, give us your input, guys.
We want to hear from you guys.
We'll see you next Friday.